Welcome to LOQation, Cabrini College's weekly news program. I'm Jenna Rose DiGiacomo.
And I'm Sean Ostrowski. Here's your news now.
There is no place like hope. Come out overnight, Saturday, April 12th, to support Relay for Life in raising money to help fight cancer. Take a walk down memory lane as you yourself walk the yellow brick road in hope for many more birthdays to come. Easter is right around the corner, and there's no better way to kick off the holiday weekend than an Easter egg hunt on Wednesday, April 16th. Hosted by the Cabrini Student Engagement and Leadership Office, the hunt is an all-day, all-around campus event. Be sure to keep a lookout for those colored eggs. I know I will be. Ever heard of the Goliathon? It's not a race, it's a mission as advertised. The Goliathon is a 4-mile obstacle course run test, your strengths depending on the level of difficulty you choose to do. This is a nonprofit organization that helps countries around the world gain clean and safe drinking water. Located in Mullica Hill, New Jersey on Saturday, April 26th, be sure to register at www.goliathon.com. This Sunday was Accepted Students Day for all new accepted freshmen. Let's check in and see how successful the event was.
The event was good today. I learned a lot about the school and I was able to see things because I've never been here before, so it opened my mind up to a lot more.
So this has been a great day for us. We got record crowds for our Accepted Students Day. We've never had numbers like this, and that's a really great indication that prospective students are really interested in Cabrini College and they're seeing what we have to offer.
The biggest thing that interests me about Cabrini is the fact that it has small classroom sizes, and that's a really good way to teach.
Appreciate everyone who's come out. So we've had faculty and staff, all the administrators up to the president have all been out here as well all day and really trying to show the Cabrini spirit.
I think the event today has been very good. I got to meet maybe my future roommate. I got to meet my future professors. It was really nice.
It's been incredible. The highest registration we've ever had. 391 students registered. An absolutely glorious day. Military precision in execution from when the kids registered with their parents. The kids were going to stay overnight. Somebody was there to meet them, take their luggage up. Tours, bing, 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 bing. All the tables filled up. Questions are answered. Everybody in Cabrini tradition is fed and fed well. It was a team effort. Everybody pulling together for an incredible impression that we made on these parents. And do you know what one parent said to me? One parent said to me, we were on a tour last weekend at another college, and let me tell you about your students. I have never seen students who are so engaged in academics and in life as I see on this campus. I was blown away by that comment, but I was so proud. I was so proud of all of you. So that's what I think about the day, an unqualified, incredible success. Thanks to everybody.
And that was your trip around the block. So Nick, my dear, what's jumping in sports this week?
Well, Jenna Rose, UConn's the only one jumping this week, but I got some other sports news. Let me tell you all about it. On Monday, the NCAA March Madness basketball tournament came to a close as UConn captured its 4th national title in 15 years as they beat Kentucky 60-54. Shabazz Napier was voted the most outstanding player of the Final Four. Napier then went on to make comments about the possibility of student athletes getting paid, saying that some nights there are hungry nights and that he and his teammates don't have enough money to get food. The idea of student athletes getting paid has been a talk for years now. According to CNN, the National Labor Relations Board in Chicago has ruled that football players at Northwestern University can unionize and establish a union. The athletes are asking for better medical coverage, concussion testing, and the possibility of getting paid. Northwestern plans to appeal their union to the NLRB's headquarters in Washington, D.C. before April 9th. This matter could go all the way up to the Supreme Court. Do you think student athletes should be getting paid? Tweet me your thoughts at LOQation News. Cabrini men's lacrosse moved up to number 2 in Division III with a dominating 18-8 win over Marywood University. This 10-0 start is the best in program's history and extends their winning streak in the CSAC Conference to 98 games. Corey Elmer set a Cabrini record by registering a total 13 points in the win. Elmer also set 2 other program records in the process in goals with 7 and assists with 6. The Cavaliers are back in action as they host Newman University later this week. And One Mixtape made their way to Cabrini College's Dixon Center last Thursday and left crowds in oohs and ahs. Let's see how the event went.
The game we had in the Dixon Center was a street ball game versus Cabrini All-Star team and the N1 Mixtape team. The N1 Mixtape team is a team of athletes who are televised and known globally as a street ball team that travels to college campuses, around the world, stadiums. They've been running since, I want to say, 2000. They just changed their name to Street Ball Kings.
This event is about bringing joy to the community, bringing diversity to everyone that's having a good time.
We had the event during Unity Week because it was a way to show like the different cultures of like the sport. Usually we see basketball as like an organized game and stuff like that, but this is just like expressing yourself. There's not many calls called. You can do whatever with the basketball, carry, you can walk. It's just to have fun on the court. Basically, it's a modern day Harlem Globetrotters. It was a great turnout. We had a couple big names from the N1 team with White Chocolate, Erratic, and Big LZ.
Growing up, I always watched White Chocolate play, so it's an honor to be able to play with him on the same court. So hopefully I get a chance to beat him.
All right, what up?
Yeah, it's what it's all about.
Yeah, first half, we let him get back in the game and let it be close. Now we're going, Marcel Galargo, them people.
Throughout the game, it was a close game. I mean, they kicked up on us, and toward the end of the game, we wound up losing by like 20. We wanted people to take away from the event that there's ways that we all can get involved with a sport or during Unity, like basically unite through basketball. Everybody united through basketball because there was not just one race on the court; it was multiple races on the court.
And that will do it for sports. Tune in next week for your sports update. And now let's send it to Sean for your trip across the nation.
The New York Times reported earlier this week that universities and colleges are starting to take athletics more seriously than academics. The American Association of University Professors told New York Times that most colleges and universities are now spending large amounts of money into sports programs. Division I sports were the most common in this trend, but the practice is now spreading to Division II and Division III colleges and universities. Over the past years, the spending per athlete went up by 2.5%. Co-author of the American Association of Universities Professors, Sarana Thornton, said that schools depending on tuition for most of their budget are upping sports spendings to recruit more athletes. Is this happening at Cabrini? Tweet us your thoughts at LOQation News. When the Boston Marathon bombing happened last year, a CNN reporter took time to get to know one of the victims, Adrienne Davis. She is a dancer and lost that dream when the bombs caused her extensive injuries. With the help of Dr. Hugh Herr, a world-leading creator of bionic prosthetic limbs, Davis was able to get her dream back. Herr created a prosthetic leg for Davis that would enable her to do her old dance moves. Davis is telling her story to help other amputees. Earlier this week, an Alabama high school denied enrollment of a 17-year-old Latino male. The male goes by the name of JT, and he says the school is not letting him in for the second time due to discrimination. JT immigrated to the United States from Mexico at the age of 1, and since then has records of residency in school district, an immunization record, and a social security card. The principal of Fort Payne High School did not even look at JT's papers when he told the principal that he had to make up 2 failed classes from the previous year. JT said in a statement to CNN, "It makes me feel like I dropped out. It's like I don't even have anything to accomplish. I just feel worthless." This SPLC, a nonprofit civil rights organization, told the school district that JT has to be enrolled by April 14th. And that was your trip across the nation. So Val, what's new in entertainment this week?
I have news for you about Coachella, Caroline Manzo, and Captain America, so let me tell you more about it. First epic weekend of Coachella is this weekend. The hippie-flared music and arts festival will take place in Indio, California. And guess what, guys? Outkast is reuniting for Coachella for the first time in almost a decade. This 2-weekend festival will also have performers such as Calvin Harris, Lana Del Rey, Skrillex, Muse, Kid Cudi, Ellie Goulding, and many more. Now, if you ask me, this sounds like an amazing time. Tweet us your thoughts about Outkast reuniting at LOQation News. Caroline Manzo may have left The Real Housewives of New Jersey, but she will not be leaving our TV screens anytime soon. Bravo recently announced Caroline's spin-off, Manzo'd with Children, to series. In a recent interview, Caroline Manzo said to expect a lot of smiles, laughs, and good times. Manzo with Children will have a premiere date later this year, so stay tuned. Last Friday was the premiere of the anticipated Marvel film of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Let's just say it seemed to be worth the wait. The film conquers the box office, pulling an estimated $37 million just on Friday night. Actor Chris Evans sure knows how to do his superhero job very well. Looks like I will put watching Captain America: The Winter Soldier on my to-do list. Moda del Vivo took the runway by storm at its 3rd annual fashion show. We got to go behind the scenes and really see what it takes to deliver a show.
would like to thank everyone for coming out to Moda Vivo's 3rd annual fashion show, Generation Xerox. Myself and Jessica Virginia, the co-founders of this organization, are very happy that we were able to end our Cabrini College career with an amazing and fantastic show. We would just like to make sure to tell everyone to look out for us, because best believe Moda will definitely be bigger and better than ever.
It truly is high school drama, a senior American defense official said. China is hosting this year's Western Pacific Naval Symposium, where countries parade around their ships and show off their hardware, according to the New York Times. But here's the catch. Japan wasn't invited, and because of that, the United States declined its invitation. The U.S. has been dealing with a controversy between China and Japan, and to top it all off, Japan never invited China to the symposium last year when they hosted it. Efforts have been made by the U.S., but it seems a feud between both countries continues to boil. Allah Akbar, meaning God is great, was screamed into the faces of 2 women sitting in their car by an Afghan police officer. The police officer opened fire and shot and killed German Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer Anya Niedringhaus and wounded Canadian reporter Kathy Gannon. Two women who were more than experienced in reporting in Afghanistan, and these women who constantly kept up with Afghan issues was more than a loss, according to Associated Press executive editor Kathleen Carroll. According to the New York Times, a lot of violence had erupted last week before the Afghan presidential election. The gunman was taken into custody, and the reporter is currently receiving treatment. LOQation got a chance to listen to the Are You Ratchet forum hosted on Cabrini's campus. Let's find out what ratchet really means.
So this program tonight, the Ratchet or Gnaw forum, was actually part of Unity Week, which is happening. This is the first time that we actually pulled this off successfully. Unity Week is just a week of some very diverse program offerings run out of the Student Diversity Office and planned by a lot of the clubs who I advise in student diversity, like BSU, Moda Vivo, our fashion club, Outreach GSA, which is our Gender and Sexuality Alliance. So all week long we've been having programs, sometimes 2 in a day.
We came up with the idea of Are You Ratchet to understand why is this such a popular term, and we're going to figure out with Dr. Vivian Smith and Dr. Andrew Owen, you know, as psychology and criminology professors who've done studies on, say, feminism and cultural differences. How do they view the word as professionals who study these things? We're going to identify whether if it's an insult or compliment and to understand why is it that people take so well to it and others don't.
When I first heard about it, I had no idea what ratchet was. So I kind of looked into it and I got fascinated by the fact that it is one of those power words in the sense that it has meaning, but at the same time it has a dual meaning, so that it can be perceived to be negative, so that it stereotypes people and puts them in a box. But on the other side of it, it's a positive word. It is a word in which people want to embrace for themselves to show that they cannot be fitted in a box, that they are empowered. So it's dichotomous. It makes, when you try and define it, it makes no sense, because the definition has 2 exact opposite concepts.
My definition of ratchet is mainly someone who is ignorant to facts and someone who does not understand, who basically speaks without thinking.
I don't want to sound stereotypical, but since it's portrayed as being like a word for ghetto-ness, that's what I portray it to be, even though that's not at all what it should stand for.
I think it was a great mix of a little bit of academic discussion and a little bit of just pop culture and fun. So based on the numbers that I got and just the response of the crowd really being into the discussion, I was pleased. We're going to continue to have these diversity forums, hopefully each and every semester, and I will try my hardest to make them about topics that are really going to be appealing to the students.
Thanks for catching up with us this week. For LOQation Weekly News, I'm Jenna Rose DiGiacomo.
And I'm Sean Ostrowski. Make sure to stay up to date by following us on our social media platforms. Simply search LOQation News. Have a wonderful week, Cabrini.